Hi guys, it's Stacie. Welcome back to my channel. This is Floss Tube special episode for my WIP Parade. If you're new to this channel, it is a channel about cross stitch and crafting and a bit of our Etsy business. If you are a returning friend, thank you so much for stopping by. I know it's been a while and I promised you guys this WIP Parade, so I'm gonna get it out to you. So my plan for the new year is to get myself on a regular schedule so that I'm not, scrambling and just trying to get more organized. So this is going to be my WIP Parade. For some reason, I didn't realize how many WIPs I actually had. I have about 42. And we're just gonna jump right into it. All of these WIPs were started in 2021 because I went crazy and started becoming a non-monogamous stitcher in 2021. However, this year I plan on not starting anything unless it is a specific gift or specifically for someone or some event. So yeah, shall we get started? Okay. I have some notes because we all need notes for 42 WIPs. So my first WIP is Letters from Mom. And this is by Jeanette Douglas. So I'm doing the entire series and I'm making this for my mom, and it'll probably take me 15 years to get it done. So I started in the middle and I got just this teeny tiny start. Well, I need a lighting setup in here, y'all. I tried to do it in front of the window without any overhead lighting and that just wasn't working out. So this is stitched on 36 count Affogato linen from Fiber on a Whim, and I'm stitching it with all the called for flosses, and that includes some Cottage Garden sampling flosses. I think that's what it is, but Jeanette included that in the in each of the patterns. So that's my little start on that. So I'm going to be going from one side of the room to the other, so bear with me. Oh, and I'm sorry I just hit you guys a little bit. Sorry. The next up is Quarry di Thanksgiving from Serenita di Campagna. I am not sure if I'm going to UFO this or not. I'm just not feeling it very much. I liked it because it had the pilgrims in it, but then I found another pattern that I liked better. And I'm not sure about this heart thing. I'm not a big fan of hearts. So I am stitching this on, I think it's a 20 count, just a 20 count white Aida. And I did get a good chunk of the first limb done, but I think that's what's making me not want to do it, honestly. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I keep doing it or should I UFO it? I'm thinking about UFOing it. Next is Autumn in Stars Hollow by the Black Needle Society. This is a 4-part series based on a special retreat. The next one is Summer in Stars Hollow, which will be this summer. So I'm looking forward to that. I didn't start watching Gilmore Girls until I signed up for this retreat because I wanted to try one of their retreats. And it was super fun. I got a little bit done on this pattern. But now I started watching it, like I said, I started watching Gilmore Girls after I signed up for this retreat. And I don't know where it's been all my life because I loved it. And watching it now and feeling all the 90s nostalgia is just pretty awesome. My mom's fiance, who is 62. He loves the Gilmore Girls, so I think after I'm finished it, I'm going to give it to him. So I am stitching this on the called for linen, which is a it is a 28 count white linen. Using all the called for flosses, which are a mixture of DMC and fancy floss. And this is full coverage. Katie is blowing it out with some full coverage in her designs. So yeah, I hope to get this done before the summer retreat. That's the plan. The plan is to work on it and get it done before the summer retreat. So at least I can say I have the first part done. Next up is a gift for my mom's fiance. This is Richard's stocking from Shepherd's Bush. They have the ugliest stockings. I know I've talked about this before. So I want to make them each their own special stocking. So I got, the thing with these is that they are stitched with pearl cotton, and I wasn't thinking I would like it, but I like it. And it's fun, and I should be able to get this done before Christmas 2022. This is stitched on 18 count natural raw linen. I'm not sure who makes the raw linen. I don't know. But I'm using the called for Weeks and DMC pearl cotton. Oh, let me get my board here. Why I didn't think of that before. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty fancy. Look at that deer. Yeah, so the pearl cotton is nice. It makes it like very bumpy and a lot of texture, which is nice. So I'm having fun with that. I did work on this quite a bit in November. So I just got to get back to it. But I think I can get that done for the holidays this year, 2022. This is a gift for friends of ours who are expecting their first grandchild in February, and the grandbaby's theme was like fairies and stuff. I couldn't find a good fairy birth sampler that wasn't like extensively complicated, so I thought this would be cute because they did have some butterflies in there. Little decor as well. So this is Birth Sampler Butterfly from Happy Nest on Etsy, and I am stitching this on 28 count Cherry Blush Lugana from Fiberlicious, and I did my own conversion, and I am doing Fiberlicious variegated threads. So that's my little start on that. I best get stitching on this, except we don't know what the baby's name yet, so I feel like I have a year until after the baby's born to finish these samplers. But I also want to try my hand at a baby blanket or quilted baby blanket for them as well. And moving on. So I am stitching Santa's Village from Country Cottage Needleworks, and I am doing this on one big piece. So this is my next one to start, my next cottage that I'm going to start, because I finished the first two that I wanted to do. And I am stitching this one 36 count, right? 36 count. Yeah, 36 count Ocean Air by Fox and Rabbit. And I'm using the called for flosses, which is a mixture of DMC and overdyes. And this is where I'm at. So I got done Santa's House and Poinsettia Place. It's looking so good. I love it on this Ocean Air. I think it's perfect blue for it. and it's mottled, so that makes it look even more perfect. That red is just popping on there today. So the next house, and I'm doing mine 4 across and 3 down. So the next one, this will be the next one, the Elves Workshop. And I don't think I'm doing it in any order that they recommended. I'm just doing it, I laid it all out and gonna do it how I want to do it. The next is my is going to be my retreat piece for 2022. This was an exclusive chart from Little Stitch Girl called Stitching with Friends. So how perfect is that for a retreat piece? The sentiment is, the only thing better than stitching is stitching with friends. I did my own color conversion for this using Almond M&M silks. So I picked a bunch of the silks that came in the winter packet, or the winter box. And this is how far along I got. I need to use this board. So I'm stitching this on 32 count anemone from Be Stitch Me. There we go. So I'm using that heavily variegated from the, I think it's called watermelon. It's watermelon or cotton candy. I don't know. Give me a, remind the people below. I can't remember which one it is. But dude, was I playing some fabric chicken. So I stitched out to the end so I knew that I had a little bit of space left on either side. But I love it. It's going to be so cute. And I can't wait for all my stitching retreat friends to stitch on it this year. And I have a bunch of retreats or weekends that I'm going to. So me and the ladies of the Stitch-tastics, or Floss Tube Friends Round Robin, are getting together next month in Charleston. And we get to go see Susan and the team over at Fire Poppies. So I'm super excited about that. So it will be Bobby of Pumpkin Creek Primitives, Janet Jabber, Heather of Punky Pearls, Jess of Stitches of Sass, and Sally, who is Skate SK and the number 8 Mom Stitches on Instagram. And then Ymir wanted to tag along, so Ymir will be joining us as well. I'm also got plans to go to StitchCon. I'm thinking about going to, actually I'm not thinking, I will probably go to the BNS, Black Needle Society, in-person retreat this year. And I'm just going to try to cram in as much traveling as I can. Because it's always better to stitch with friends, right? Next up is Winter Warmth from Little Dove Designs. I always want to call it Dove Stitch, but that's something else. Little Dove Designs. I have all 4 of her seasonal samplers. This one is super cute. I just started it right before the new year because, you know, I didn't want to start anything new after January 1st. So this is stitched on 36 count Blue Smoke, and I'm using the called for DMC. So I just got a little start on the border there. It's looking pretty fancy. It's gonna be nice. The only thing that I have such an issue with stitching like winter stuff because ain't no winter down here, y'all. There's 0 winter. It is 80 degrees today and I have the air conditioning on, which, you know, sorry for all you people who are dealing with extremely cold temperatures and yucky snow, but every once in a while I'd like to have that. Moving on. I also started this year, the 25th. This is my first attempt. I should have taken these out of the plastic. At a, what is this called? Pillow finish? Not pillow finish. block finish. I can't remember. Block pillow. I started this during the Autumn and Stars Hollow retreat, and I only got to about getting their names on there. Can you see? So I got their names on there. Whoop. And I am stitching this on 28. No, I don't know what I'm stitching this on. This is a mystery, but I'm stitching it with the called for threads. Yeah, because this isn't even a whole piece of fabric, I don't think, so I don't know what it is. And I have been trudging along on Year of Celebrations from Hands On Design. I am working on the month of July right now, which I'm almost done. This is on my WIP Go board, which I'm participating in WIP Go this year, and 24 hours of cross stitch. That's all in my plans to get organized. So yeah, I'm stitching this on, this is 14 count, I think. I think this is 14 count Venetian stone. I know it's Venetian stone, but I'm not sure what count it is. And I don't know why, but I don't have it. I'm really bad. I don't have it on anything. So that is, and this was called for this month and for WIP Go, and I need to finish it. Not FFO it, just finish it. Just finish the stitching. I'm going to keep moving you guys as I see fit, so bear with me. Next up is Happy Halloween from Primrose Cottage Stitches. Now, I did stitch this for Stitch West for the Smalls Exchange, but I wanted to stitch it for myself and change the pumpkin color, one of the pumpkins, to blue for autism awareness. So I am stitching this on, I don't know. It is a 32 count something printed, and that's how far I got. That one shouldn't take long. I just have to pick it back up again and do it. 'Cause that was a super fun one to stitch, so I don't think I'll have a problem finishing that one before Halloween. I don't think. And I picked this up. Lizzie Kate's Pair O Pilgrims. I saw my friend Jess, Stitches a Sass, stitching this up, and I had to get it. So I hopped onto Fire Poppies and ordered it, and I got really far along on him. I just didn't get to her. And what happened was I ran out of a color, so I stopped and moved on to Christmas stitching. And I don't know what I'm stitching this on. I believe it is a I think it's a 32 count lamb's wool. I don't know. Are pilgrims controversial? I just think they were super cute, and I'm going to try to make a stand-up, I think, just like how they're finished in the... Look at my little sloth. That is Rebel Stitcher Designs needle minder. So yeah, I'm using all the called for. No, I'm not using all the called for. I found that I didn't have some of the threads, so I just pulled stuff that I thought would match from my stash. Then I have O Feathers from Rosewood Manor. Everyone loves this one. I was supposed to be selling this, and you know how that goes. Start along, start along. I am stitching this on 32 count through the Stones Lugana from Be Stitch Me, and I'm using all the called for sulky threads. This one's nice to stitch too, so I just need to get back to it. I think that's going to be like the disclaimer for this video. I like stitching it. I just need to get back to it. That's how we all feel, right? That's why WIPs are WIPs. We like it enough to start it, but sometimes we don't want to finish it or just haven't gotten around to it. This next one was started during March Madness, which I don't know that I'll participate in this year. I just have too much stuff going on. This is the Calico Confectionaries America. I want to finish it into a pillow just like that. I am stitching this on 36 count Old Town Blend from R&R, and I am using Sulky for this. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm a hot mess. I promise I'm going to get better at this. I say that every time, but... So I think I missed a count somewhere and I had to rip out like one of these whole sections, which pissed me off, so I put it away. But it's a pretty good start. And that wasn't something that I had seen. This pattern wasn't something I had seen all over the place. I got this from Ye Old Cross Stitchery in Bristol, Pennsylvania. I didn't get it while I was there. I hopped onto their website and found it there. Next is When Witches Go Riding, which I started out hot and heavy, but then when it came to stitching this thing, I'm like, this is giving me heartburn. So, I'm sure I will get back to it, but I just was struggling hardcore with that. So I'm stitching this on 36 count Color Happens from Fiber on a Whim. And that's when the dyer doesn't know what she did to make the color, which is totally fine. I did my own color conversion with Forbidden Fiber threads. I don't look so hot doing this, do I? But that's how far I got. As you can see, that big cherub head is really messing me up. It kind of makes me want to wish, or kind of makes me wish that I had done it on white and then just left it, but because I think the white is needed, but it's a lot. And if you mess up, you really mess it up. Okay, then I have Cuori dei Battacori, Sei personaggi in cerca di Halloween. So that's 6 characters in search of Halloween. I'm starting with this one. I'm going to make individual, just like these, I'm going to make individual ornaments with them. And I am stitching this on 36 Clouds and Shadows from Extra Designs. And I did a Classic Colorworks conversion. So that's, I got a good chunk of her, all of the black done on this. So those characters are so cute. And then here's the other thing though. I also got in on the Crazy Annie Stitches Tiny Modernist Halloween ornaments. So I think what I'm going to do is treat myself to, if I finish one of those ornaments, I can start a Tiny Modernist ornament. Next up is the Prairie Schooler Sweeping Cobwebs. This is another one. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna keep going on with it or UFO it. I'm just not sure. And I don't know what my apprehension is. It's a cute pattern. I'm just, I just don't know, y'all. What? Do I keep going with this one? Do I not keep going with this one? So I'm stitching this on 25 count Stormy Night Lugana from Yarn Tree, and I'm using the called for DMC. And, you know, I ironed these all nice and pretty too. Which is why it took so long to get this video up. It took me a whole day to iron all these things. because I stitch in hand. So when I iron things, I really have to iron them because I crumple it up and do all sorts of stuff with it. So that's how far along I am on that. And I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if I should keep going or not. What do you all think? Should I keep going or not? Then I started this on 9/11 as a remembrance piece. This is Michael's Prayer from Silver Creek Samplers. My husband, when we lived in Pennsylvania, was a volunteer fireman. And if you go back to the 9/11 video if you want to hear the whole story, but he is third generation firefighter and he misses it a lot, but no volunteer companies down here. So I got just a teeny tiny start on that. I don't know what color this is. I don't even know. I want to say this is also a 36 count, but that's how far I got. Just the little corner started. But I'll pick that up. I will pick that back up. He has some firefighting memorabilia from when he was a firefighter in the house, so I think we can hang it with that. And this I started for our good friends across the pond, Richard and Christy, who had a baby girl last June named Astrid. I might get this to her by the time she's a teenager. I thought, oh, this would be really simple, but since there's so much moving around, it's not as simple as I thought. So this is Shannon Christine's baby girl tree. And I've gotten this far in the top page. So it's broken up into 4 pages. And I am stitching this on 32 count. Right? 32 count My Precious Jobelin from Be Stitch Me. And you can't really see the modeling, but it's got like a peachy, a little bit there. But that's how far I got. Those tree branches are bare. So it's taking me a little longer than I thought it would to do that one because of how you got to move around so much. So that was my first stack. Should we take a break? We'll be right back. And we're back with some more WIPs. Next up is Batter Up from Little House Needleworks. I'm doing a bunch of baseball themed pieces for my hallway because that's where I'm going to put all of Daniel's baseball plaques and awards and trophies and stuff. Speaking of which, he had evaluations yesterday. He did super awesome. He was worried and nervous, but so they do evaluations at his level to even out the teams. So they say. But I am stitching this on a 32 count antique ivory Belfast linen with classic Colorworks threads. And I'm liking it. Now that I've gotten the full coverage part of it done, the rest of it should go fairly quickly. But I say that about everything. It should go fairly quickly, and I want to get back to it, right? Next up, I started this at StitchCon. This is Glendon Place Plum Pudding with all of my favorite colors. And I am stitching this on 28 count mixed berry Jobelin from Witchelt, and I am using the called for silks, but you can barely see my little one line start because I started it at StitchCon and didn't pick it back up. And obviously when you start something at StitchCon, you rarely get any of it done because you're too busy talking and making new friends and seeing what everybody else is doing and all that kind of stuff. So next is my first and only long dong sampler. This is Rose Marquee. I liked it because it looked very Celtic. And I'm questioning whether or not I'm going to do these grape looking things, because I'm not really feeling those. I like the rest of the, and I don't think it'll look bad with those empty spaces. So I am stitching this on 32 count April Showers from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And I also picked up 2 of her silks in a green and a purple. And this is where I'm at. So it's like a mixture of cross stitch and black work. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. But it's turning out really cool looking. My 2 favorite colors, green and purple. So I'm excited to get back to this one again. But it's a lot. I mean, we all know long dog samplers are a lot of stitching. Next is Jan Hicks Creates. Now these are her was called Vintage Lace when it first came out, but now it's Seasons in Lace, and I believe this is Seasons in Lace Winter. I like this one the most, so this is the one I got. And I am stitching this on 36 count alabaster linen from XG Designs, and I am using the called for NPI silks, and I got a pretty hefty start on that, the top border. I just think it's so pretty, and it'll look awesome in my office. I have like one side of the office has like a 12-foot wall, so I want to fill that with stitching, which I haven't even gotten one piece of anything on the wall. I think I have one mirror on the wall in here, and that's it. And this is Yo Ho Ho from Sue Hillis Designs. I picked this up at StitchCon after I saw Beth, Busy Bee Silly Me on Instagram, pick this up when she was there. And look at how cute his little candy cane peg leg is. Please. Love it. So I am stitching this on 25 count Barley Lugana with the called for DMC. This has a lot of confetti, y'all. So, got the yo-ho-ho done. And a little bit of his beard, some of the tree, and some of his hat. I think I might make him into an ornament. Because that would be a fun ornament, I think. This is A Christmas Story from Play-Doh Squirrel on Etsy. My brother-in-law loves this movie, and I want to make this for him. It might take me 10 years to get it done, but I know he will still like it because he is a Christmas fanatic. And this border, y'all, is no freaking joke. This is stitching this on 28 count Pale Misty Blue from Dove Stitch. And I haven't even gotten to any part of the center yet. This is all border, y'all. All border. And I think once I get the border done, I can probably get the people done a lot quicker than the border. It's just getting through the border, right? Sometimes getting through the border is the toughest part. Then I got, this is Homegrown from It's So Emma. This was a fat quarter shop stitch quarterly design that I picked up after that. I am going to make it into the pillow cover, I guess. I got all of the stuff to make the pillow, and I'm going to give this to my best friend because her favorite color is, or her favorite flowers are sunflower, or Gerber daisies and sunflowers. So, that's how far along I got. I'm stitching it on the called for, which is a 14 count white pine board Ada from Fabric Flare. And I'm stitching it with the called for DMC, and that is a lot of brown. Because I think I'm stitching this 3/2 because I don't like the coverage, or 3/1 because I don't like the coverage of 2/1 on 14 count. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. That's why I need like a bazillion skeins of the brown. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. This is going to take me 10 million years. This is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings, Kathy Barrick, and I believe her sister. So I messed this one up from the jump. And instead of starting with this block, I started with this block. So I'm just going to swap them. I am stitching this on 40 count doubloon Newcastle linen, and I am stitching it with the called for DMC. I started this over the summer, and I keep meaning to hop on Pam of Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, Pam's Zoom meetup, and I'm signed up for it. I attended once, and I haven't. It just never seems to correspond with a day that I have available, because Thursdays are tough for me sometimes because Daniel's baseball schedule. You know, we're back into that. Baseball is life now. The next is my anniversary piece for me and my husband. This is the Sweetheart Trees Irish Blessing. This is a lot of black work too. This is specialty stitches, black work. And I was supposed to be stitching on this every 16th of the month, which is our anniversary date, but I haven't been doing that. I need to get back to doing that. I am stitching this on 32 count lamb's wool linen from Witchelt with the called for flosses, which is a mixture of DMC and Threadworks. So, see, look at all that intricate back stitching. And I put the beads on already because I just think it's easier to count off from when I put the beads on this one. Normally I would wait and put the beads on at the end, but the directions for this are a little confusing, so I'm just doing it how I'm gonna do it to get it done. Next up is Gobble from Bent Creek. I don't know what the fabric is that I'm stitching it on, and I have a feeling that I used threads from my stash because I don't think I had the DMC. So a good little start on there. I believe this is a Be Stitch Me fabric, and it's probably 32 count or 28 count. I just don't have it written down anywhere what it is. Shoot me. Then we have Celtic Autumn from Lavender and Lace. These were my seasonal stitches, but I think I'm going to back away from them for a little while and work on the Little Dove designs as my seasonal stitch for right now. I am stitching her on 28 count Honey Lugana from Be Stitch Me using the DMC conversion because there are the threads that they were originally charted with are no longer manufactured. So I'm using, oh, come on, y'all. Using a DMC conversion. So this is another one where the borders are going to be like, ah! So I guess I could sign up for Pam's Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. Her, she's hosting a Fancy Ladies Zoom. I'll have to see if that's also on a Thursday too, but I think she alternates the Thursdays, if I have it correctly. The next one is Harvest Time from RETM. I am not going to put the word Harvest Time. I just want the pumpkins, and I might be doing them individually. I haven't decided yet. But I am stitching this on 32 count vintage wood linen by Yarn Tree, and I am using, I did my own color conversion using Dinky Dyes, just 2 Dinky Dyes colors. So this is how it looks so far. I did get a good bit of that done. But yeah, that is one variegated thread in green and a variegated thread in orange, and I think it's looking amazing. And I like it on this vintage wood. I tend not to use the called for anything, I'm finding. Just depends on what it is and if I have time to like kit it up myself or not. We've all seen this one a million times if you've been on watching my channel for any amount of time. This is the Inheritance sampler from Summer House Stitchworks. Love it, especially what I did with the conversion. I am stitching this on 40 count Verdal, dyed by the Steel City Stitchers Jody, in this really summery lemony yellow, and I am using 2 Classic Colorworks blues. Blue Bonnet, I think, and Blueberry Tart. And I am in love with it. I need to start stitching it again. I was doing a sal with Ymir of Almond M&Ms. It is called the #Inheritance Sampler Sal. If you'd like to join us or see who else is doing it, because there are some really, really cool color conversions that people have done for this sampler. The next one I got hooked on also from, well, Ymir showed this to me when we were at Stitch West and I had to go get it. So this is Rhombus. Look at that. And this is from, oh, I can't do German. I can do a little bit of Italian, but this is from Werkstatt für Historik Stickmeister. I have no idea. I'm not going to try to. I just need to find out how to say it. But I got a very little tiny start on this, and I am stitching this on 45 count. Thank you, Ymir. 45 count. This is the highest count I've stitched on. Fox Millet from, or is it Foxtail Millet? Rhombus. 45 count Foxtail Millet by Legacy Linen. And I'm using the hank of Ymir silk that came in her fall box. And I can't remember what the color it is, but it is like purple and pink variegated. And I think that is going to look amazing. So she started a sal, and it is #Rhombus Silk. Rhombus Silk Sal, possibly? I think that's what it is. Again, Ymir will, if she watches me anymore, if she has time, she'll tell me if it's wrong or right or what have you. But I need to get back to that. But 45 count, I'm struggling, y'all, with the 45 count. So I think I need to, like, do that if I'm stitching in the morning or away somewhere and stitching it, because otherwise life gets in the way and I get distracted, and 45 count is a little struggling. I struggle with that one. The next one is, I gotta figure out which one it is. I think it's this one. So it is from the Jelly Bean Jubilee book from With Thy Needle and Thread, and it is this one that I'm working on. And I am stitching this on 36 count French Country Rain with the called for DMC. That's how far along I got. I need to stop doing my seasonal stitching in the season if I want to get it done for the season. So like I should start stitching this now, but I'm just not feeling it right now. It's not spring. Well, it's never spring. I mean, for me, it can't feel like anything because it's hot here 24/7. We only get hot, hot, and hotter. So, the next one I started during March Madness last year too. This is Every Heart from Whispered by the Wind. Look at that Uncle Sam. I love me and Uncle Sam. I am stitching this on 36 count Bunny Mom by XJU Designs. And I'm pretty sure I'm stitching it with the called for threads. Oh my, sorry. Am I? No, DMC. Called for DMCs. So because I love the Uncle Sam, that's who I have to start with. It's looking pretty good. If you all have any recommendations for content creator lights and or mics and or setups, I am looking for a good one. So I want to get like, all I'm using now is a tripod and my phone. So I'd like to get a light, like a ring light or some other kind of light, and possibly a microphone. So if you have suggestions, please put them in the comments below and let me know. I also started this, you know what? I think I might have started this for a hashtag that I created called, I don't even remember now, but I did a whole patriotic thing. So this is American Strawberries from the Prairie Schooler. I'm stitching this on 32 count cream Belfast linen. And these are going to be some big ass berries. Okay? I think. So I'm working on that one. Right? Yes. And that's how far along I got. I'm stitching with the called for DMC. So it's looking pretty good. And that should be, like, I probably got bored with it because it's very monotonous and that's why I didn't finish it. But or I was done with patriotic stitching because there's a lot of patriotic stitching in there. The other one is Easter Blooms from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Look at that little chickadee. I am stitching this on 32 count Peaceful Purple. Peaceful Purple linen from Witchell using the called for DMC. Those stitches look so good. And I just love it on this French purple. I think it looks really good. White is so boring, right? Who wants to stitch on white? I mean, some things need to be stitched on white, but I don't think I have very much white anything. The other is Spring Blessings from Tiny Modernist. Look at here's your little bunny. So cute. And this was a sow. I picked it up after the sow, so I just like the pattern. And I am stitching this on 32 count lamb's wool linen with the called for DMC. And coverage is looking really spot on. This is going to take me a while though, because this was like a, I don't know how many part, it was a 4-part series, but the parts were like huge. And we're coming down to the last of it, y'all. This is Celtic Summer from Lavender and Lace. and I am stitching it on a 28 count cashel linen from, I believe it's, I don't know who it's from, cashel linen with the DMC conversion, because you cannot get the original flosses anymore. So that was, I did that like July to September. So I got a good bit of that one done. She's looking pretty. This is, I am getting this, I got this club from Fat Quarter Shop. This is October calendar crates from Stitching with the Housewives. I'm gonna make one of these boards myself, or I'm gonna have Brian make one of them. But we have some shiplap in the garage. It's like a blue color, a little bit bluish gray. But I like went way off the game here with this color. I am stitching this on, oh my goodness, 28 count Merlot from Steel City Stitchers, Jody. And I believe this is Lugana. It's an even weave, and I am using the called for Classic Colorworks. And I'm not sure about the Merlot. I love the color. I just don't know if it goes with this. I think I need to stitch more and a bunch of different colors to see if I still like the color I chose. And then last is Primrose Cottage Stitches Patriotic Picnic. Look at that dog. And the wagon. I love it. I am stitching this on 32 count natural light linen by Witchell, and I'm using the called for Weeks and DMC. So I only got part of the border done on that. But yeah. So y'all, those are all my freaking whips. You wanted a WIP parade? You got a WIP parade. So my plans are for this year to work on all those lovely whips you saw. I'm also working on a super secret project for my brother and his soon-to-be wife and their soon-to-be baby. So I'm working on a super secret project for them for that. So I won't be showing that, which might eat up a bunch of my time because the baby is due in May and I want to get it done before the baby comes. Other than the final bit, because I will need to know the baby's name and they're not telling anybody the baby's name. So whatever. So if you liked what you saw, please comment below and hit the like button, subscribe, do all the things, fill out the Google form, which is in my description box. And I hope to see you all next time. So let's quit bitching and get stitching.